Hey guys, we're back at New Vegas. As you can see, New Vegas. And we're going to do some more work on this dam today. Just want to dig up this coal. It's been bothering me. And we always need coal. So I got some new armor, since our other stuff was pretty much dead. Or actually, it did die. Ended up with thorns, which I don't know if I like it. And fire protection, whatever. Protection 4, I think. And then respiration 3, which a nice helmet, just a little too late. I wish it had it yesterday when we were doing the stuff. Oh, that's a big coal vein. Yeah, get in there. Let's get out of here. So last time we defeated the water. Let's just dig out this. Ooh, iron. Don't really need iron, but yeah, maybe I can build something out of iron blocks at some point or something. Who knows? It's pretty common. Let's get out of here. Just want to get rid of these. They'll have to go eventually. But let's get some more done on the dam. Got a bunch more of these. We'll use that TNT later. Let's see. Getting confused here. I think it's right here. Let's knock that out too. Go down another level. Yeah, there we go. So I actually went to the fair yesterday. When we went back, was a pretty major horse show going on at the same time as the fair is going on, and people come. It's a charity show, and people come watch the horses. We actually went back and met with some friends that have Frisians that were in the show, so we went back into the VIP section, back inside all the stalls and all that, which I suppose for a lot of people that'd be pretty exciting. From my perspective, you know, it's like I've been to so many horse shows, they really aren't that exciting, and these with dressage riders, and I guess a lot of the sport horse riding people, they like take their sport really seriously, like unbelievably seriously, like it's life and death, and they hate each other, they despise each other. There's no friendship between, you know, competitors or anything. They hate each other, so they get really mad at each other, and no one likes anyone else in the whole sport. But yeah, it was and then they were telling us, you know, this lady belongs to the Frisian whatever it's called. It's a group of whatever they call it. It'd be like when you have cars, like having a car club, but they give things like stars that say, you know, yeah, you're an accredited Frisian, whatever, because it's supposed to drive up the value. But she was telling us there was this like massive scam where this lady, who turned out she was from like LA area, actually came out and made this whole thing up and all these lies, and developed this whole scandal over the fact that she said she was a French princess, and that her husband was a rich pharmaceutical guy. We had all this money, and she had 3 PhDs theoretically, so they were going around running this organization, but at some point she got tired of running the organization. So she staged her own death. Now her husband was a doctor, so he signed a death certificate, and then she used her mother's funeral to be like her funeral. So she'd run this organization for like 4 years, and you know, she'd been going around saying, I've got leukemia and I've got open heart surgery going on all the time. So, but then she died, you know, quote unquote died. So everyone was kind of sad, because it was kind of, you know, lady that had helped run all this stuff, and they like still were listening to what she wanted behind the scenes. But as it turned out, she wasn't really dead, and no one knew. You know, this went on for a couple of years, I think 3 or 4 years, until a relative of hers died who had a fairly large estate, and she was the only one. She couldn't do it if she was quote unquote dead, so she came out of the, you know, respawned, or whatever you would call that, decided not to be dead anymore, came out, tried to claim it. At the meantime, the people back at this horse club are freaking out because here this lady had died, theoretically, quote unquote died, and now she's back. And, believe it or not, all a true story. And then it gets even better. So that lady gets put in jail. Vagrant fraud. You're not supposed to fake your own death. Yeah, don't try it. The law really frowns upon it. So then they brought in another guy, a Dutch guy, since Dutch tend to be big on the Frisians. And the Dutch guy went around, and they have this system that's called a star system, where it's like getting a stamp that accredits you to say, oh yeah, it theoretically makes your horse worth more money, because all these people, they're in horses for the money, but there's never any money in horses, really. There's very little money in making a show horse. It's a sport, but the people want to treat it like it's a job so that they can justify it being important, which usually doesn't work out. They usually don't make any money, but this guy found a way to make money off horses. He was the president of the foundation, so he went around and went to everyone and said, for $10,000 cash, I'll give you a star. I'll give you the stamp of our organization. However, he hadn't gone around and asked anyone else, like in the no other organizations, whether he could give stars or anything, which is how you're supposed to do it. So he just gave him the star, and people paid him his $10,000. He did it for 25 horses, and then one of the other organizations out there got a whiff of that, and they said, no, you can't do that. You're not accredited by us to give a star. It's not your place to do that. So he said, okay, I resign. And he disappeared with $250,000 cash. True story, all of it. Unbelievable, though. And it's like, there tends to be this thing with people that deal with horses, that they're kind of flaky, I guess you could say. Flaky to crazy. Uh-oh. I think I messed up. Yeah, I did. Take that back out. But, it's like, that was just another one of those cases. Pretty bad. Entertaining, but really bad. Where they got scammed, and this person we were talking to is upset because she wasn't part of the government side part of it, but she was part of she did get sucked into the scam. Not the star scam, but the one with the lady that quote-unquote died. But it turned out, they took her to court, and they decided she was a uncontrollable, compulsive liar. And, that was she just theoretically couldn't help herself from lying like she did to all these people. And she was using it to generate a lot of money. They collect dues and everything off shows and everything, and registration fees and all that. It was a money scandal, of course, but also kind of a power scandal. She got a lot of control over all these people, and they actually went for it, and then they turned around like the next guy was just a scammer too, that was taking cash for accreditation, which was kind of funny. But anyway, she took like an hour to tell that whole story, and it's like, what a bizarre case. Then we finally got to go back to the fair. We didn't get to go on any rides this year because we were waiting for the horse show. I went there with my mom, and she wanted to watch these people at this horse show, which, I don't know, if you've ever been to a horse show, oh my god, what's going on here? Bugging out. Horse shows are not very exciting, usually. All you're doing is watching a horse run around in a circle, and I guess it's kind of like going to see like NASCAR. People don't go to watch the racing because the racing's boring. Did that just... I felt like I placed it there and it jumped down there. Weird. People don't go for the racing. They go there to watch the crashes, and even that's not as much fun when you know the people on the field. You don't want to see a horse accident with someone you know. So it was really kind of boring. It wasn't very fun at all. But I was able, one of the cool things I found at the fair was I was able to get a bunch of mahogany carved jets. I got like an F14 and rain. Whoa. There you are. Great creeper. Come here. Oh, is there water up there? I thought I got rid of all the water. Oh, I guess the dam curves that way. Okay, well, forget him. eat a potato though. I got an F-14. I got both the stealth bombers, and I got a. How did he get down here? Let me cap that up real quick. I got a lot of the jets that I find, kind of cool. The stealth bombers, all that. They're done in mahogany, and they're from Vietnam of all places. And they just package them. And they sell them for fairly cheap. I get them like $40 each. Come on. Yeah, I'm done with water. I hate water. I had enough water. So, it was pretty cool. And I don't know if you guys are local around the California area, you might have heard of the Del Mar Fair. It's pretty huge. I think it's one of the biggest ones in the state, maybe in the United States. And they have lots of vendoring stuff and lots of crazy food. We actually, that was a misplaced. Oh well, I don't want to take it out. But we actually got a bacon covered fried donut, believe it or not. And they have lots of crazy stuff like that. I could have got a bacon covered turkey leg, a lot of heart stopping food, or they had deep fried Snickers. They had fried frog legs, of all things, and they also had, what was it? Crazy other stuff. Something cooked. I can't remember what it was. It was like a corn dog cooked in bacon. Something like covered in bacon. It was pretty crazy, but it was fun. Unfortunately, we didn't have any time to go on any of the rides because we got sucked into this boring show. What is that? Oh, is that my... Yeah, it's my walkway. Okay, ignore it. You two. I'm gonna have to drop this side down more. Now here's a question. I wonder, can I shoot TNT with a flame bow in the rain? Will it go off still? Is Minecraft that smart? Yeah, I will. It ignores the rain. Be kind of cool if the rain turned off your arrow. Like, turned off the fire. That'd be a cool little bit of touch of realism. Not that Minecraft is exactly realistic, but be kind of a cool feature that would probably end up annoying most of the time, I admit, but it's something I would like. But yeah, the fair wasn't bad. You can get some pretty cool stuff there. See, why'd that one jump down? Can't you place it? Yeah, why'd it reset itself down? I mean, it's fine. Just weird. Okay. Yeah, that was my little pathway, my bridge to get across the dam before I built it, because this thing was a freaking trap before it was dug out inside, especially when it had water. And we'd go down there to get stuck. So we're making a lot of progress today. Let's see, it comes out here. Oop. Another missed place. Let's drop these in here. How's that look? Well, we'll go back in just a second. Let me dig out this a little bit. Machine gun, shovel. I think we're almost to the end of the dam. We still have to do the other side, but that's a big... And I'm going to take this off, all the cobble, and I'm going to level out the whole thing. Oh, that was a misplace. Let's take these back. But we're going to level out the whole top of the dam, I think. Probably to a fairly high... I wouldn't mind being able to see, like... Maybe I'll set it, like, one above the sea level so you can see the ocean on the other side. That might be kind of cool. Boy, we're burning through these slabs like crazy, though. I just had a full inventory before we started. No, misplaced. But anyways, back on the dressage thing, it is kind of interesting. There's a lot of people out there with fair amounts of money that try to get into the dressage because it's kind of a hotty-toddy world, I guess you could say. But they try to make up, a lot of it, they want their kids to be like Olympians. Like there's a Canadian family, and her parents are extremely wealthy. Like they just spent like $250,000 on a horse that was ridden by an Olympian, so their daughter can be an Olympian. That's their dream. And they're independently wealthy. The dad is well, the mom is an ex-Olympian, and the dad is a whatever they call it, motivational speaker. And then they like inherited a bunch of money, and now they want the daughter to be an Olympian. But everyone looks around, and it's like, Olympians have to have real talent, and that person isn't an exceptionally talented horse rider. So, but a lot of people, they try to buy their way into the sport, get the best horse possible, and cheat your way in. Don't do it by having skill. Do it by having a horse that's already trained by experts so that it'll do, which I guess is one way. Maybe we shouldn't complain, but to me, it's like, to be an Olympian, you do it through your own skill, and your teamwork. But I have a lot of differences. I handle horses much differently than they do. I guess you could say, well, I'm not an Olympian. I'm pretty close to a horse expert. What I do is a lot of work on the socialization. And basically, when you've got a 900 to 2,000 pound animal, I don't believe you should be making them do stuff by just driving it down their throat, hitting them with whips and all that. Largely because if that animal ever decides it does not want to listen to you, it's not going to. There's nothing you can do. It'll drag you on your face if it wants to. And their kind of strength, their muscle. You look at like their neck, and their neck is thicker than both of my calf muscles, like the biggest muscles I have, just their neck. And then they've got a lot of muscle and a lot of weight, and so I work a lot on the socialization. If you can make a horse your friend, you've got an ally, and that'll save you. That way, if they get scared, they don't kick you. They treat you like a friend, which in my mind, isn't that the way you would want to ride horses? But these people, that's not what they do at all. They just, like, every day their horse has a job, and every day he gets out and he goes and does that job, and that's it. He runs around in the arena like they tell him to. They practice. It's like a marching band sort of thing. They practice the same things again and again and again until the horses go crazy, because they trying to get perfection, and the horses usually don't like it. I mean, it depends on the horse. Some horses get soured real quick. Like my horse, Mike, which I think I showed in the first episode. That guy, you cannot make do anything he doesn't want to do. And if he gets tired of doing something, he's not going to do it for you anymore. He's not going to cooperate. It's kind of funny, it leaves them with, they have to use like horses that aren't horribly intelligent, because intelligent horses... Oh, that's nice. Intelligent horses get bored. Going around in circles for days and weeks and weeks and months on end. They get bored and they're like, I don't want to keep doing this. I'm not going to cooperate. And there's nothing you can do to make me do it. But dumb horses, they'll do it for weeks. They don't care. Like every day is a new day, and they just love it. So they tend to stay to the kind of dumb stock breeds like the Friesians, who are pretty. I'll admit they're pretty, but they aren't very tough at all, and they aren't, don't think most people would call them intelligent unless they were in the Friesian. That is one thing. Everyone's horse is the best horse ever, no matter what breed it is. That's just the way it works. I think it's that way with kids too. Even if your kid is bad, you don't want to admit that he's not good. But in my opinion, I don't find Friesians very intelligent. They're fairly friendly usually, but they're not very intelligent characters, what I've seen. So, did I miss any TNT? Let's go over and blast a little bit back here. I think we're getting close to... Ooh, iron. Yeah, come on, iron. I can use you. Let's climb out of here with TNT. And shoot you. And run. That's gonna be a big explosion. Went deep. I don't know, I don't have my blasting techniques mastered yet. But yeah, I mean, aside from being odd and lumpy, but now I've got it that far, we'll probably set it at the highest spot, which is probably right there. We'll ignore that strange one. And, oh, there's a floating, I hate these. Floating block. But yeah, there's a good bit of progress. Maybe in the next episode, we'll do a little bit of blasting. Ooh, I want those. I don't want to go down there and get stuck. But yeah, maybe we'll take it down to like that level. That'd be deep, and that would about double the height of this. Which I think, right now it's not bad, but I need to see. Let's go check real quick. Don't fail, Enderball. Good. Didn't fail. Didn't go in the water. Want to check ocean level. Ooh, ocean level's low. I got high over here. Where would ocean level be? Right there. Yeah, let's see. Right here. So maybe I'll have to take down a bunch. Maybe we'll do that next episode. I should have checked that. I'm thinking maybe set that like one higher than that, which would be, whoa, bad lag. Like that level. That way, I think if you're a little higher out here, you'll be able to see over the dam to the ocean. I think that'd be a good feature. So, okay, well, we know what we're gonna do next time. I'll catch you guys there.